Hey guys, welcome to episode 30. So I've been doing these now for a month straight. I haven't missed a single day. My whole goal in starting this YouTube channel, number one, I wanted to become a better video editor. So I thought, how do you become really good at something? You practice daily and you lock yourself in so you've got no excuses, no way to get out of it. So I said, hey, I'm gonna do this for 6 months, and that's what I'm doing. But the other goal was because I wanted to build an audience. Now, when I look at my numbers right now, my response rates, they are really, really low. Within 24 hours of posting a video, right now I'm typically getting about 50 views. That's it. And after doing this for 1 month, I've got a grand total of 107 subscribers. Okay, so not very high response rates at all. But 2 years ago, it was a very different story. Back then, when I would post a video on YouTube, I would get thousands of views within a matter of days. My top videos had over 250,000 organic views, and that was with no paid promotion. When I would send out an email broadcast, it was going out to over 700,000 people, and within 60 seconds, I'd be checking my stats. I would see hundreds of opens. Within a day after sending that email, I could have over 10,000 opens. Writing those email broadcasts, that part was particularly important to me. That was my daily routine. I would sit down, craft a message from scratch, and hit send. And I did that for years on end without missing a single day. It didn't matter whether it was Christmas Day or if I was at the airport with a 2-hour layover and I'm midway through a 30-hour flight, I would still get my email for the day done. I'd built my entire life around routines like that. My Facebook groups, they had tens of thousands of people in them. So what I'm saying is I had this enormous reach, and that was the result of well over $10 million in paid traffic, which has been spent over about 7 years, and tens of thousands of affiliates sending traffic to my lead pages. And then overnight, I woke up one day and it was all over. And that's a whole other story, which one day I will tell you about. So here I am 2 years later, starting from scratch, barely getting 50 views per video, not even 20 opens per email broadcast. So you might wonder, how do I feel about this? Does my pride hurt? Does it bother me? The truth is, I'm actually quite okay with it. Yes, I would like the numbers to be higher, but I'm prepared to be very patient this time around. You see, I know what it's like to grind away building something from nothing all day, well into the late hours, and just do that for years and years on end. Have it be your sole focus in life, and in the beginning, see the results barely trickling in, like to the point where you can hardly notice it. I did all of that when I was 21. I started an online business. Those first 3 years, my results were pretty much non-existent. So I'm okay with delayed gratification, and I've got no problem with hard work. This time I do have a slight advantage though. I can see the entire path ahead of me that I must navigate. So all the twists, all the turns, I know every step of the way, and most importantly, now I know which obstacles to avoid because I've seen it all before. So I'm actually quite looking forward to the journey. And if there's one big lesson that I got from the past 2 years, it's that the journey is the real reward. Now I know that sounds cliched, and you've probably heard people say that before, but if you're always focused on the destination, if that's what everything is about, like getting the material possessions or some amount of money in your bank account, those things are far more fragile than you might realize. They can be taken away from you in an instant. Even if you don't think they can, believe me, they can. Things can happen in life that you don't even see coming. When you strive for years to build something and then finally you get it, it's funny, the part that you look back on and which you remember and you get the sense of accomplishment and satisfaction from, it's actually the journey, overcoming all those little obstacles along the way. That's what you remember. Now, speaking of challenges, I now know the difference between minor challenges and real problems. Have you ever heard of the book title, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff? And it's all small stuff. I now see why that's such a great title. It really is. 99.9% of all the things that we think are problems, really they're just minor, petty things. It's only because we lack perspective that we think they're problems. Now, I got to experience a real problem, and that's given me perspective. So this time around, there's going to be no complaining, no whining, no thoughts about how hard it is or how low my response rates are or my views are on my videos. I don't really care about any of that. It's insignificant. They're all small things which they can be easily resolved. So here's the lesson for you. The next time that you have what you think is a problem, just take a step back and ask yourself, how much worse could this really be? Think of the very worst thing that could happen in your life or in a similar situation, and reframe how you're looking at the current little bump in the road that's in front of you. Okay, very likely it's just a small inconvenience which can easily be resolved. So it's not worth giving too much attention to, and certainly not worth getting upset over. Now for me, I'm just glad, I'm grateful to be able to start the journey again. And if you are part of my small audience right now, thanks for watching, thanks for your attention. I look forward to growing this and having you be a part of it. And I'll see you tomorrow.